Hey everybody, how's it going? Once again, it's time for a weekly chat with the James Gang, which is what I'm going to call this little group from now on, because I think we all kind of agree that James is our godfather, and he's the instigator of all these ideas. So, the James Gang, right? Gray 1951. Okay, I've got this camera set up and the lighting set up so that I'm really in the shadows because I'm still fighting my summer cold, and the summer cold appears to be winning, so I'm trying to hide how bad my eyes look. I mean, it's just unbelievable. But I'm hoping that things will get better in the next few days, so we'll see. I'm still walking around. Hasn't killed me yet. It's still time, right? All right. Okay, so the first topic this time, name 3 films in our collection that we wish we never bought and that we would probably assign a value of maybe $1 to. Okay, well, I found 3 good ones. And the first 2 are movies that I bought at Big Lots for $3 a piece, which I've said many times in other videos. In fact, the movies I use for my letter A and letter B of the Movies from A to Z series, All the King's Men and The Body, I found those both at Big Lots. They were blind buys. And most of the time when I do these blind buys for these low amounts of money, I'm very pleased. But every once in a while I pick up something that I think, man, I'm glad I didn't pay any more than $3 for this piece of shit. So let me show you one. This is called Bloodworth. Okay. Hope the light's not so bad that you can't see the cover. Bloodworth. And I'm not sure what year this came out. It's sometime in the 2000s, I think. It stars Kris Kristofferson, Val Kilmer, Dwight Yoakam, and Hilary Duff, and a bunch of other people. I really don't know who they are. Directed by Michael Ritchie. And I bought it because I thought, wow, there's a bunch of great actors in this. This has got to be a pretty good film. It's not. It's one of the most, I don't know how to describe this movie. It's about the world's most disgusting, dysfunctional family. It takes place in the South, and the idea is Kristofferson plays a folk singer who has been traveling around for almost in his entire life, just being an itinerant singer. And for some reason, he abandoned his family decades ago. A big family secret, which as the movie goes on is supposed to be revealing the secret and the results of his leaving. Well, now he's coming back, and this family is once again in turmoil. And you'd think that would be a good premise for a good story, but in this case they didn't handle it well. The story is very convoluted. It doesn't flow very well. And I think the actors do a pretty bad job. I like Kristofferson. That's probably the main reason why I bought this. But I also like Val Kilmer. And Kristofferson doesn't have a lot to do here. If anything, he's probably more silent and stoic than ever. And he doesn't do much singing. And Val Kilmer looks terrible. I don't know what this man did to himself, but he looks terrible. And if it's possible, Dwight Yoakam looks even worse. So it's kind of sad to see something like this. And I did watch the whole thing, but can't say I enjoyed it. And I didn't find that the ending of the film, where all the answers and the secrets are revealed, was in any way satisfying. Now, the only thing good about this movie is that they did location filming in one of the Carolinas, and it's supposed to be taking place in either Kentucky or Tennessee. I've already forgotten. But they decided to film it in one of the Carolinas. And the cinematography is actually beautiful. So that's the only good thing I have to say about this. All right. The second blind buy from Big Lots that I wish I'd never bought. Oh, I'd give this a value of about 50 cents. Anybody want it, I'll be happy to send it to you. This is a movie from 1979 called An Almost Perfect Affair. Right? Wait, do I have the right director for this? Maybe I got mixed up here. I did. Michael Ritchie directed this one. This was directed by, I have no idea who it was directed by, but it wasn't directed by Michael Ritchie. It's somebody else that probably will never get another job. But anyway, An Almost Perfect Affair from 1979. And it stars Keith Carradine, Monica Vitti, and Ralph Vallone. And it takes place at the Cannes Film Festival in France. And It's all about the people, the kind of people who hang out at the Cannes Film Festival. Filmmakers, their wives, their girlfriends, and people who want to make it in show business, blah, blah, blah. Keith Carradine plays an American filmmaker who is not entered into the festival, but he's bringing this film that he's just made, and he wants to try to get attention drawn to it and maybe to sell it. And while he's there, he drifts into an affair with Monica Vitti, who is the extremely beautiful wife of a filmmaker named played by Ralph Filoni. And it's probably one of the most uninteresting romantic dramas ever made. I admit that I did not watch this entire movie. I watched maybe 2/3 of it and then started skipping around toward the end and all that to see if I could make sense out of it. And it was just totally dull. It was just totally flat and uninteresting. And I like Keith Carradine. I think he's a pretty good actor. Monica Vitti, I just worship her. She played in all those wonderful movies by Antonioni, like Les Clisses and L'Avventura and The Red Desert. And she's a very, very good actress. But obviously she needs better material and a strong director. This is all in English, and she speaks English very well. But if it was possible for somebody to make Monica Vitti look dull, they succeeded. It's very sad. Okay. My third film was something that I sent away for and paid, I think I paid maybe 15 bucks, maybe 20 bucks for it, I don't know. And I've talked about this in other videos, kind of joking about it, but this is Trash Humpers. Trash Humpers, yeah, okay. A classic by Harmony Korine, who also did Gummo, and I don't know what else he's ever done, and I don't want to find out. But this is one of the most distasteful, negative, really sickening movies ever made. I can't say anything good about it. The reason I bought it, a couple of guys that I used to be subscribed to in the vinyl community were talking about their movie collections, their DVD collections, and they both, well, individually, not together, but each one of them talked about this film and they were raving about it, how funny it was, and this black humor and all this stuff, you know. And so I decided to look it up online, and I found a trailer for it. And just from what I saw, it seemed so completely off the wall and offbeat that this might be something I would really enjoy. Okay, well, I got it home and I played it all the way through, and I did not enjoy it. In fact, it was a completely downer of an experience, and I don't know. There's no story that I could possibly tell you about except that it's about this group of people, a couple of guys and a woman. They make themselves up to look like old people. Now I don't know if they're. I don't remember now if in the story they're supposed to be old people or they are purposely young people in the story making themselves up to look old. I don't remember now, but whatever. Their main occupation in life is to do exactly what the title says. There's nothing much I can say about that. They also destroy property. They seem to have this unending desire to smash televisions. So they do a lot of that. And every once in a while they kill somebody. So it's just a very pleasant experience, and I wouldn't charge anybody a thing for this. Actually, that's not true. I could probably, if I ever stop being so lazy about starting to sell things off on eBay, I could probably put this up for bid, and there are a lot of people who like this, and I'll probably be able to sell it. So, but make me an offer. What the hell? I'm not even sure why I kept it. Okay, so the second topic is how do we make our videos? Do we do it as I'm doing it now with my face in the camera, or do we do it from the other side of the camera? I've done both. Obviously, most of mine are done with me talking into the camera, but I've done some where I just point the camera down to the DVDs and just give a real close-up of the cover and some of the features and talk about them that way. And I think both ways are doing it are fine. And I don't know, I'm thinking about doing more that way behind the camera than I am worrying about the way I look. Because I'm not really excited about showing this face to the world all the time. But I have to say that doing this has been a great benefit to me, because I don't know, I've said this before too, but it's given me the chance to study myself and, right, I mean, I've made videos that where I've just kind of experimental things where I've talked about stuff that I've never uploaded to YouTube, and I'm not going to, but it's just a way of me, excuse me, of me coughing. No, it's a way for me to just get better at self-expression. But I can also do that by standing behind the camera when I'm not so obsessed about the way I look, and you know, if all the gauze in front of the screen is where it should be and stuff like that, then I have more of a desire to talk about the material. So I think both ways are fine. And I think a lot of people do really interesting videos where you never see their face. There are some people that they almost never show their faces, and they talk about things, they show things, and it's every bit as fascinating as watching somebody's face. You don't have to show your face. What the hell? Okay. And the third question, or third topic, it's not something I'll talk about at great length because I've covered this before, but it's about how do we feel about regions as far as DVDs and Blu-rays. And well, I mean, I can't say I like them or dislike them. I just accept that's the way they are. And I think the only solution to the problem, if it is a problem, for someone like me who recently bought 2 Arrow video packages from the UK that are Region 2, and I do want to play them at some time while I'm still living. I don't know how long that's going to last, but I do want to play them. So the only solution for me is to find, spend a little extra money and find a region-free Blu-ray player, which will be able to play everything. I'm assuming that will play all my DVD collection and upgrade them a little bit. That's what everybody says, that Blu-ray players upgrade. And I still haven't seen anything on Blu-ray, so I don't know if that's true. But yeah, I actually went to my local Best Buy and even my local Target, which has a lot of electronic equipment, looking for a region-free Blu-ray player, and they don't sell them. I was really surprised that Best Buy didn't. And they said the only place you can find them is online. So at some point I will do that and get everything set up, and you know, it will open up the collecting to just a whole new area, and we just have to accept these things. Like a lot of people have already said, that these copyright laws and all that sort of thing, they're not going to disappear anytime soon. We're conditioned to be living in a world now where we think we should have anything we want, just like that, 24/7, and there should be no restrictions to anything ever. We're all being conditioned to feel that way. We're impatient if the phone doesn't work perfectly within seconds of our touching it, you know, and if the computer is a little bit slow, we start getting nervous. We've all been conditioned to feel this way. And then we've got the cloud, which is up above us somewhere, which contains everything, and we think there should be just no limits to what we can have or what we can watch, what we can do. And I'm afraid that it's not quite that way yet, and if we want to do some of these things, we're just going to have to do a little work and spend a little more money. So I don't know. The region thing doesn't bother me that much. Okay, those are my answers to the well, they're not questions really. Yeah, I guess they were questions. Okay, those are my answers to the 3 questions, and great topics this week. So when next you see me, I might not have a colon. I don't know. I wouldn't count on that. So take care, folks.